if you're watching us live on Facebook. We're excited that you have joined us. Today's topic is how to reboot your brain, stop memory loss, brain fog, stress, addictions, etc. So you're going to get a lot of information from our call today, or whether you're watching us live today. But again, it's Health Knowledge Saturday, guys. So we keep hype on 0 and health on 100. If y'all haven't gotten your snacks and your drinks, make sure you get your snacks and your drinks, because you don't want to have to stop in the middle of getting this health knowledge in order to get your snacks or your drinks, right? Make sure you have your notebooks to take notes, paper, whatever, and something to write with, right? Something to write with and your notes. Or you can take notes on your computer. I do it on my computer most of the time, but sometimes I do take notes on here. I have tons of notes in here from the health knowledge that we get. This is how I have learned so much, you guys. It is very important for you to do the research and get your health knowledge. And again, we keep health on what? We keep health on 100 and hype on what? 0. So again, you can reach out and you can share this with someone, get them on here, because we're fixing to get started. So we're getting ready to go into the conference call. So again, I hope that you got your pens, your papers, you got your snacks, your drinks. And if you have not subscribed, like, and hit that bell, do that if you're watching on Success on Stephanie or Health the Web Show with Stephanie. And we're getting ready to go live. Again, today's topic is how to reboot your brain to stop memory loss, brain fog, stress, addictions, etc. So here we go, guys.
Conference line. The call will begin in a moment.
The conference is in presentation mode.
Your line is muted.
This call is being recorded.
Various health topics that are important to you. In recent weeks, we've talked about many things that had to do with your immune system. We recently talked about blood pressure and blood sugar. We talked about how to fix your teeth and make them fill their own cavities and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, that happened. But this week we're talking about how to reboot your brain and stop things like brain fog, autism, grief. Yeah, we're going to get into all of that and more. But before we do, let me introduce you to us, especially if you're new. If you haven't been on very many of these calls or at all, by now you might know that we're a nutraceutical company and that we're noted for making some profoundly effective products for people and their pets. There's a very good reason for that. It's because of some technology that our scientist, Dr. Beverly Elliott, who's been my partner since 2015, what he's created. I think he's pioneering a new way to make all of us healthier. And it's in a very different way from the way everybody else seems to approach wellness. What he wants to do is increase the amount of energy cells produce. Why does he want to do that? Because everything takes energy, and ours is no exception. For example, if I go in your house, as a good analogy, and I start current, your lights will start to dim, your appliances will start to malfunction, and ultimately doing it, they're going to stop working altogether. Well, that's kind of the way our bodies are when we go through life. We start out with a lot of what's called mitochondria. That's that component in your cells that produces the energy that your body runs on. How important is that? Well, let's put it this way. If all of it were to stop working right now, here's what would happen to you. Your heart would stop working, your brain would stop working, everything would stop working, and you would die.
You just drop dead.
Now, what we want to do is grow that back so that doesn't happen so soon, right? To do that, you have to create a new technology. It's called XDS that causes all those ingredients that you see on our ingredient list to not just get in your bloodstream, but all the way into your mitochondria, because that's where the magic can really happen, right? It's reorganizing those molecules so it can do that. He put that technology in a product line called UltraMito, and that stands for Ultra Mitochondria. And that's what Dale's going to come back and talk to you about. Dale.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, the first product I want to mention is called Rejuvenate. It's our topical cream. It's for your skin from head to toe. You put it in your hair, massage it into your scalp, It's for anything that disturbs your skin. That could be a scratch, a scrape, a cut, a bump, a mole, a blemish, anything. And we've even got testimonials in the back office about the impact it's had on serious varicose veins, on stretch marks, cellulite, even the lines on your face. And it does all the things it does because it doesn't just sit on your skin. It soaks through your skin. It soaks down to the bone. That means it helps with your ligaments, your tendons, with your muscles and your joints. It helps with your back joints, your knee joints, in your hands and feet. And listen, if you've got, or anybody you know has a condition in their hands or feet that can start as tingling and become incredibly severe, you're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned and more. Listen to the testimonials. They're astounding. Next, I want to talk about Restore. Restore 3.0. It's our first third-generation product. Dr. Bevan has truly created something incredible using a base of two ancient superfoods, olive oil with olive leaf and black seed. They've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. They found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. They mention olive oil in the Bible. And Dr. Bevan has taken several elements of each and uses them in a special, unique way. With olive oil, he's taken several elements and uses them to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. Now, that's the critical difference. That's the thing that's unique to us. That's our name, MoreMito, short from mitochondria. Dr. Bevan found that he understands you've been losing mitochondria all your life. You're lucky to have 50% when you're in your 50s that you had as a kid, and maybe as low as 10% in your late 60s and 70s. And he discovered when we can increase mitochondria back to the age when you were a kid, then your body starts to work the way it's supposed to, the way it used to, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. And he uses black seed to increase your energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady. It's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like a hit of caffeine or sugar where you get a big high followed by a deep crash. Cellular energy is steady. That means you get to live life to its fullest on your terms without a need to stop and sit on the couch and watch it all pass you by. Imagine starting and completing a task without a need to rest. Imagine the clearing of brain fog. That's our subject today, the brain. Imagine something strenuous like a long bike ride that has a short recovery time. That's what happens when you've got cellular energy. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has blended to create Restore 3.0. The blending is critical. Dr. Bevan will tell you that if you take a handful of vitamins, you'd be lucky if a third isn't a complete waste, overpowered and canceled out by other things in that handful of vitamins. They need to be in the right proportion, but most important, you need XDS so your body can use what you take in a way it's never been able to use anything before. You don't just pour a bunch of things in a pot, stir it, and put in the bottle and call it Restore. It takes 8 weeks to create a bottle of Restore. It's like making wine. The process is critical, and the results are unbelievable. Next, I want to talk about our third product, our newest product. It's called Renew Brain and Body. Some of the ingredients we need to increase our mitochondria can't be delivered in a liquid base. Dr. Bevan created these small capsules with these dry ingredients to finish what we need to increase our mitochondria. Renew Brain and Body stands on the shoulders of Rejuvenate and Restore. It helps with blood flow in the legs, in the mind, helps with firing of the synapses in the brain, helps with eyesight, just a critical part of the triad of products to increase your mitochondria. And finally, listen, some of the most important members of our family are the pets that we own. The most viewed videos on the internet are pet videos. We love them, and they can suffer. They can suffer greatly. If you've seen a dog that's hobbled, can hardly walk down the stairs, you may have a cat that's hacking up fur balls, just lays around and sheds. Animals suffer from loss of mitochondria as well. and they're closer to all the things in the environment that destroy it. The chemicals we put on our rugs, the things we put on our lawn to make it grow. They're even allergic to the same things in the environment that we are. And if you want to bring a dog quickly back to puppy stage and a cat back to kitten stage, increase their mitochondria, give them pet life. So there's 4 items: Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, Renew Brain and Body, and Pet Life. Listen, there's nothing like what these products can do for you and the ones you love. To hear more about that, I'm going to turn the call back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
Yeah, and I hope y'all have your drinks and your pens and your papers.
Your brain and stop that memory loss, that brain fog. How about addictions, autism, ADHD, dementia, and grief? Okay, so Dr. Dan and I, you know him as a regular on our call out of Oklahoma City, been in the field for decades. Nothing has escaped his notice, not even this topic that we are talking about today. So there's some things that we need to do to maintain that supercomputer that we walk around with on our shoulders, right? Our head. About 5% of the body weight takes up about 30% of the energy. But Dr. Dan knows how to do that. Dr. Dan, go right ahead.
Yes, Roger. The first thing is a good night's sleep, which sometimes as you get older becomes hard to get. So you have to learn what you need to do that. You know, like I wear those that mask so I block out all light over my eyes. I keep the room a little bit cool, keep it dark, and also I take melatonin, and I take 5-HTP to help me with that. Other people may find that they don't like melatonin. They may find something else. Taking chamomile tea for some people is a great thing to do before you go to bed. But getting a good night's sleep. If you don't sleep well, your memory won't be there. Next thing is exercise. Exercise is also going to help you sleep, but exercise, they find that flow and help with blood pressure, and blood pressure damages your brain. So elevated blood pressure, we have to bring under control. And there's done shows on that. There's a lot of things I can tell you about that. But I want to first mention exercise in general. You want to challenge your body. You don't have to walk for an hour and a half or anything like that. You can walk. It's a good idea when you get where you can to do that occasionally. But 20 minutes will make a difference, especially after a large meal. You want to go out and walk for 20 or 30 minutes. But when you walk, you can do this with bicycling, you can do it with a number of different things, ways of exercising. You want to challenge your body. Yeah, if you're out walking, walk a half block as fast as you can, walk the other half, ease up. Then walk the next half block as fast as you can. Take long strides and really let your arms swing, get the blood flow going. Because when they look at Alzheimer's, they used to say it's where the plaque builds up causing Alzheimer's. But when they do autopsies on people that have Alzheimer's, they kind of know it's the circulation, where the circulation is breaking down, then the plaque starts building up. It's really a matter of keeping the circulation to the brain. And then on top of exercise, and walking is one form. I have a stationary bike that I use to get my aerobic exercise. But every 2 hours, get up, do some things. Whether you want to work on your 10,000 steps a day, walk for back and forth down your hallway for 5 or 10 minutes, that'll work fine. I do some squats and some other exercises. Get that blood flow. Sitting too long is as bad as smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day, is what they say, people sitting for hours at a time. And then find things that interest you, hobbies, take up dance, learn a new physical activity that you're not used to, builds new neurons in the brain. So does learning new things. There's programs out there on the internet like Lumosity and these other games. Play those, work those. I was amazed at some abilities I didn't have that all of a sudden within a few weeks I did have. That my brain was processing things in a different way when I used to play those games. And crossword puzzles, Sakuda, or whatever that's called, that my cousin likes to play. Very, very good. Squeezing, having a ball or something to squeeze and hold on. You don't have to be a all-out squeeze, but it needs to be about 30% They say the gripping no more. And that causes the blood pressure to lower. Meditation, learning how to breathe in, deep, hold that, and that for a count of 4 or 5, then breathe out. Breathing from the belly, keeping the brain calm. Cortisol, which comes when you're under a lot of stress and different things, eats up neurons. People that meditate, people doing breathing exercises, people that do yoga, not only live longer, they keep their memory and everything sharp. Those things are very, very important. So keeping the stress down, don't stay up too late. I know that we want to watch TV or work on the computer too late. You need to try to get a good 7 hours, maybe even 8 hours sleep. And it'll make a world of difference for your brain. And then remember, 20% of the energy of the body goes through that 3-pound engine on top of your head. Inside your head is your brain. That little 3-pound organ uses 20% of your energy because the mitochondria is activating. And every time the brain is thinking, doing different things, running the systems down below the heart, the muscles and everything else, it's using energy. So one thing you can do, and we'll talk more, Roger will talk about that, but start off with MoreMito and gradually, Dr. Joy likes to say microdose. Instead of doing 4 milliliters maybe in the morning, do 2, and then a few hours later do another 2, but then do another 2, then another 2 milliliters. So you may be doing double dose or even triple dose, but building up that mitochondria, because that's what makes that brain work. That's why it's using so much energy. Yeah. So we have to do that and find new interests that in your life. That you have to have a reason you like to get up in the morning, things you want to do. So take up hobbies, go to senior places and do different things. Okay, Roger, I'll give it back to you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Dan.
Awesome information
Really
from Dr. Dan.
Get that sleep, gotta have that exercise. So this topic, rebooting your brain. You know, our brains, I find, are a lot like our phones and our computers. They can get hung up, you know, and you just gotta reboot them. And we noticed this kind of effect, but it really fits in the context of the general loss of mitochondria. You know, as you said earlier, you start out with a lot of them, 50 or 60, you're down about half of it maybe, on your way to 5 or 10% in life. So what they're doing, right? And why is that happening? It's happening because of all the stuff you get into, not just because you got older, right? You get diseases, if you had COVID, you lost a lot of mitochondria, you probably didn't get them all back. High blood pressure, diabetes, all those kinds of common diseases exhaust and kill mitochondria, let alone the contaminants you can get into, even common ones like what you put on your lawn. Now, all of those are affecting your brain. Okay, let's be very clear about that. That's where that brain fog is coming from. Okay? And similarly, things that affect your vision. If things are affecting your vision, they're probably affecting your brain too. Why? Because your eyes grow out of your brain. All right, think about it. They're in proximity, have the same kind of structures, very tiny capillaries that can be easily damaged by extra blood sugar or blood pressure, right? And you can extrapolate that to everything else, your strength, your stamina, all those things get worse as you get older and you lose this mitochondria. So what we got to do is put it back. Now, we noticed that things started happening. You would think that when you put it back, for example, surely you're going to get stronger. Your skeletal muscles need that energy to do the work it's going to take to move your body and whatnot. Maybe you'll be coordinated better. But neither Bevan nor I thought or had any reason to think that we were going to see the kind of things that we've been seeing once we started regrowing people's mitochondria. And it was very gratifying to see that we weren't just affecting people physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Especially things like addictions. We meet Josephine Galoso. She's out in California. I think she's in like Bakersfield. And first time she came on our call, she literally sounded like she was drunk. Josephine had a car accident. She was prescribed opiates. She becomes addicted. For years, she couldn't break it.
I mean, you have gotten different medicine that these doctors put y'all on.
I've been trying to get updated with Josephine. Talking to you on the phone one time, you were talking about how you used to walk, how you used to talk, and all that's changed. So for people who might not have been on any of those calls, just take us back very briefly, if you would, to how debilitated you were, and what kind of changes you've seen since Ted has introduced you to Restore.
In 2017, I was trying to get off the pain medications, but it wouldn't. I couldn't do it. It just I couldn't do anything. So when I got on the Restore, all of a sudden my whole self started to be more refined. It took me 2.5 years before I could get to the Restore. I'm on the Restore now for going on 4 months, and I noticed that it totally cleaned my brain. My brain was so damaged, I thought I was going to die within 4 months. I had no control over anything. I couldn't communicate with other people. I couldn't even talk. So I knew I had something had to happen. So the Restore just came in at the right time, and then that Restore just totally was in action. I can now even move my legs. My legs were immobile. My spine has the fourth lumbar is damaged, and my neck has had a whiplash. So all these situations in my muscles and my being able to walk has been totally improved. I'm just so happy about how my whole body has so much energy. I'm clear-headed. It's still little spots in there. I'm 73, but I really feel like I'm 63 now. It's just totally loaded up my whole body with energy. I love sharing it now with a lot of the friends. This one gal that she was also having an opiate problem, and I said, "Hey, gal, you've been on that thing for like 6 months." I said, "I got rid of mine in 2 weeks." I go, "Come on, let me help you out here." She was a heavy doser. She would do 60 pills, like murder. Okay, just considering that taking the whole is going to do any damage to her. And I said, "Look, you got to listen to me, girl, because this has worked for me. I've done this all by myself. Even when I went into the pain doctor, he couldn't believe it. He could not. That I got rid of that thing in two weeks." And so my friend there, she called me and said, "I'm totally done. I'm not going to do this no more." And so now she's on the Restore now.
Thank you again, Josephine.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
So Josephine's gone on to be a real evangelist with us, helping people who are addicted and have other issues using our technology to regrow their mitochondria. Shout out to Josie. Now, one of the things as you might imagine, that happens as we all get older, like you can't remember things as well. Okay, and
I'm sure some of y'all are experiencing that.
Blood pressure, all those things, but over half the population got one or the other or both, right? There's a lot of brain damage going on that's coming from that. Sonia Harris's mother, minister, was experiencing dementia. This is so revealing, because you're going to learn something about how you can apply these laws, even if you don't swallow them, they can be effective.
You know somebody with dementia? Get them on here so they can hear.
The early signs of dementia, and she just has to be the same. So what I did was I took some of the Restore and the Rejuvenate and mixed it together, and I began to massage her body. As I began to massage her body, I massaged her back, her neck, her hands, her arms, and all throughout the entire body. And I did it for approximately an hour or so. Then what I also did, she actually let me put 1 milliliter in my mouth. Then I took the Restore itself and started putting it in her hair. And I started to really get in her hair. And I think with the combination of those 3 things that I was able to do, it was on a Wednesday. And then she actually ministered on the Sunday. And on that Sunday she ministered, she did a really good job, to the point where it wasn't just me saying she did a great job, but several of the members, they said that's like the old pastor. So I did get my confirmation with other people were able to see some difference in her delivery and a difference in her stamina and her clarity of thought and pattern to be able to put her story together. And it was absolutely absolutely wonderful and amazing to see that. It was great. So I'm excited about what has happened. I'm hoping that she will continue to allow me to put it in her scalp and put it on her skin so she can get the best desired result. She can have a quality of life and be able to just enjoy her life to the fullest.
All right. So give me a bit of a backstory on your mother's health concerns.
Well, the backstory on my mother's health concerns, she got diagnosed with dementia. And from the time she got diagnosed, of course, they give her all these pills and things of that nature to take. However, when I came across Restore, I was trying to get her to take some Restore, orally, and she wouldn't take it. No, I'm just going to take the medicine they gave you. I don't want to take nothing different, blah, blah, blah. And then I began to tell you about it at one point. And he said, well, get it in her system any kind of way you can, whether it be through her system or outside of her skin, put it in her hair, any type of way to get it to penetrate into her body. And so that's what I proceeded to do on a day that she allowed me to, and I'm thankful for it. I did get 1 milliliter, her to take 1 milliliter, which was great. So I think as a result of me massaging her body for the period of time that I did, it still got into her pores, got into her bloodstream, even through her scalp and her hands and her neck and her arms and her back. So I did that for approximately an hour. So that was on a Wednesday, and we saw some of the greatest results on that Sunday when she got up to minister.
As you can hear, our products dissolve in your skin. So if somebody you can't get to take it,
Thank you
rub
for
it on
sharing
their
that,
skin.
Tony.
Rub it on their
Thank you.
eyes. That gets in the brain. Their neck. That gets in the brain.
Sis, I
So
agree
listen.
that even for people who don't like to swallow it for whatever reason, maybe they got a trach and they can't swallow it. If you will put that mixture of Restore mixed in the Rejuvenate on the skin, it will penetrate. Rejuvenate is designed to be transdermal carry nutrition through the skin, so all those 44 ingredients in Restore can hit your ride on it, okay? All right, now, were we happy to find out that children that were born with cerebral palsy, autistic, and ADHD could be positively affected by regrowing mitochondria. And it's a bit counterintuitive, right? Because we always talk about how children have the most mitochondria in their lives, right? But I guess more is better. As Melvin Arnhem, who has a 10-year-old that he works with ADHD. All right, and by the way, it runs in families. Melvin, you have some health concerns regarding either your grandson or your son.
Yeah, it was my godchild's son. Yeah, 10 years old with ADHD and asthma.
Tell me, first of all, how bad it was with him or how it was affecting him before you were introduced to Mito. First of all, tell me that.
Well, he was he was very hyper. He wasn't focused. His grades were constantly going up and down. He was getting suspended from daycare, almost getting kicked out, and a lot of it was he was doing a lot of talking before he would think about it, and even was being selfish, and right around the 5th, no later than the 6th of April is when rubbing it all over his body.
Okay, what was the first thing you noticed?
He was calmer, and he wasn't as hyper, and he also in the morning takes Folkland, and the first 4 to 5 days, he was taking the technology, the Restore and Rejuvenate, without the Folkland. He was first thing that I noticed that he was asking was he was calmer, he was more focused, and I noticed he was thinking a little more before he would say things, and he was being even more polite. I mean, he's a very polite child, but he was more aware of being polite. And the other thing I noticed was upstairs, whenever his mother called him, he would be going back and forth talking to her. I would teach him, you don't want to do that. Make sure you come down encounters. He started coming downstairs more.
So he had more situations. So he was being more thoughtful, like he was thinking things through. It sounds like, rather than just reacting in some cases randomly. Would that be accurate?
Yes. He needs to, he's still working on it, but yes, I noticed that almost immediately within 24, 40 hours in school or
24 to 48 hours.
Right.
on a more consistent basis instead of going up and down, 78, 80, 90, 56, 62.
Grades going up.
From daycare and from school. And once he started on this, he just was steady. He was in the 80s. Now he's in the 90s, and getting 96, 98, 99, 100.
Now he's an honor roll student.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, the thing about children who have those kinds of issues is they grow up to be adults that have those same kinds of issues, and they'll have children that have those same kinds of issues too.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very difficult for them to keep a job, maintain relationships. So for this approach to be able to help people like that, it's just a godsend for individuals and families at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when people you love and you care about are gone, they die, you can feel really abandoned. You can feel a deep sense of despair. Okay, when you can feel like the life is draining out of you. Now, this was the case with Vicki Rose, and I'm glad I found this with Bill. I actually misplaced this interview and was looking for something else and came across it. It's so powerful this way. You will hear the journey. You will appreciate that healing is a process. And I hope you also pick up on the fact that it won't necessarily happen overnight. This is Vicki Rose. I'm speaking with Vicki Rose. Vicki, please tell me what your health concerns were before you were introduced to Mito.
Well, I had lost my dad, my mother, my grandbaby, two of my best friends, and then my aunt, who was like my sister, died. And all of a sudden, I found myself in a mess, draining out of me. And I was alive and sitting here, but that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had all this stuff I needed to do because all these people have died and everything needs to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking for something else, and I just realized that the life had just pretty much stripped out of me, and I wasn't getting anything done. And that's not like me at all.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much take things into my own hands and get things done.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking for something to make me feel better, and I stumbled onto MoreMito, and I just thought it sounded like it could help. It sounded different than anything I'd ever taken. I've been into health situations my whole life. I've always looked for something to fix things. I don't do a lot of doctoring, and it's just safer for me to take care of myself than it is to go to a doctor.
So what all had you tried before you tried MoreMito that didn't work?
Well, I'm not going to that didn't work, but nothing was really fixing the whole situation.
I see. So you tried some things, but it still left something desired. Maybe it was helpful in some ways, but it was, it was not immediately better.
Right.
So Vicki, what, if anything, has changed since you've been on Mito?
Well, I have a list of things to do here, and I've marked half of them off.
Energy, more energy.
I had to live with my mother for a while and take care of her, and I was in the middle of remodeling my house, and it was just at a standstill. My backyard, it was like a jungle, and it's been years since I've been able to do anything because I was busy taking care of other people. And now I had everybody to take care of, and I had all this stuff to do, but I wasn't doing anything.
So how did that change after Mito?
Okay, well, I didn't really even realize at the time that anything had changed, but every day I'd sit down and make a list of things to do. And all of a sudden, I was getting things done and marking stuff off my list. I got my front yard landscaped. The neighbors were all noticing, and I was getting stuff done. I'm in Oklahoma and it's hot, but I've still been mowing my backyard anyway. I got my garden in. I've been growing tomatoes, and my life is almost back to normal as much as it could be. Very close, and it hadn't been like this for a long time.
Right. So how long after starting on Mito did you notice things start to change, Vicki?
Probably, I noticed things were better within a few months, but I didn't really get going for like 6 months.
Okay.
But I could just gradually see a difference, and I could tell by the way people were talking to me, and three of my neighbors said, "So what are you doing that's different? Why are you so different?" MoreMito is the only thing I can think of that's really made a big difference.
It was sort of
Hey, cousin Brian.
an emotional rescue that you were able to affect, it sounds like.
Emotional and physical, because I would get up in the morning and I would sit here and look at the list and not do anything, and I couldn't figure out why or what was wrong. And it just gradually got better, and a lot of people that know I'm into fixing myself and doing different health type situations have asked me, "What are you taking? What are you doing?"
So now you got something you can share?
So now I want to make a comment, y'all. Just like she was saying that she was going through a lot of grief because her family, she, had lost a lot of people. Our family has lost a lot of people. And I can personally say, this is what helped me. This is what helped me not have it hit me as hard as it would when, before I started using the MoreMito natural products, right? When I tell you death has really hit our family, it really has. So if you're experiencing grief, you definitely want to get your MoreMito Renew Body and Mind bundle ASAP and get these products in there. If you're just sluggish, you want to get your products ASAP. Everybody needs them. Every human and every pet.
Let's be a part of your wellness journey.
Thank you.
Okay, let's unpack a little bit. It's worth lingering on this experience you had. First of all, we make no attempt to diagnose, treat, or cure diseases. We feel like we have a higher concept. What's that? We want to regrow your mitochondria and let your body fix you. Okay? Now, today we're talking about how to reboot your brain, because it's like that, right? It's kind of like your phone, your computer. You can get stuck in dysfunction and not be able to get out. In her case, it was because of all those losses that she had taken in her life and her relationships. Okay? But you'll notice, let me talk to the new people, folks that haven't been on very many of these calls right now. You'll notice that it affected everything. And why shouldn't it, right? How you feel about yourself is how you feel about the world. And for you to have what we call emotional intelligence, the less you sort this out, overcome that procrastination, get yourself moving, doing those things that you know you need to do, life all of a sudden isn't so complicated. It gets simpler, it gets easier, and you can be more effective and happier as a person. I'll tell you who else knows about this. Lynn from Mississippi. Okay. Now here you're going to see how, again, when you reboot mitochondria, you grow them back. It's so pervasive, it fixes everything better. Your body's trying to do it, right? But it can't get over the hump if it doesn't have the energy to.
That's right.
Here's Lynn. Okay. How about Lynn in Columbus, Mississippi?
I don't have a question tonight. I've got some testimonies if you would like to hear them.
I would.
We love
My
testimonies.
husband's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and this could help some other people, so I want to share it. He took cardopa or cinnamon, and I don't know if anybody knows, but that gives him a problem with constipation. I hesitated to put him, but he's only been on it like maybe 2 weeks, and he is having bowel movements normal with no straining and no problems.
He definitely works on
And
that.
one other testimony, I have two and he has two. He failed the day after Thanksgiving and got a really bad injury around his eye. So when we went to the doctor about 2 weeks ago, he prescribed a steroid medication to help the eyelid go back close to the eyeball because it kind of messed it up a little bit. And anyway, when I got it filled, it said it could cause blurred vision. And I thought, oh no, we're not going to do it. And I thought, I'm going to try that Rejuvenate with the Restore in it. And so I've been putting that around the eye and just rubbing it upward. And the skin is kind of loosening up, and his eyelid is going close back to his eyeball now. And then I have two testimonies too. I used to have diarrhea all the time. So I was real hesitant to take the Restore for fear of having diarrhea because it was oil-based. But I have not had diarrhea in probably, I've been on it, I guess, 2 or 3 months. I have not had diarrhea in 2 months, and I have a real good bowel movement with no problems. And I can even eat salads. I had gotten to where I couldn't eat a salad without just getting diarrhea real bad. I had a salad tonight with 2 milliliters of Restore on it for my dressing. And then the other thing is my eyesight. I had started having, I don't know, it's probably back during the summer. I started having a problem with my eyes. It was like a fog, like looking through a light fog or looking through a windshield that was not clean. And I was really getting worried about it, but I kept hearing people talk about putting the Restore and Rejuvenate on their eyelids. So I started doing it, and my vision is perfectly clear. Every day I look down the bathroom and look in the mirror because it's crystal clear, and I go, thank you, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And when all that was going on, I got a little bit depressed, and all that's gone. It's totally gone. And that's all.
Man, I so appreciate you sharing that. Thank you.
I know I talked a lot. I'm sorry.
No, we're not about to cut you off, okay?
So how many of y'all listening have had some of the issues that these people are talking about?
So,
I know I have.
So what's
and
all
what
that
helped me?
about a gut, this, that, and the other got to do with our topic today? Here's what it's got to do with it. Your gut has so many neurons in it. They call it the second brain, okay? You can't be healthy unless your gut is. This is why you should come to understand that all the stuff we tried before were one-trick ponies, right? You get something for this, something for that, something for the other. This approach is for everything, because that's how it is, right? We got to fix that gut. The husband was on Parkinson's disease, was causing gastric issues and everything. You think that's not going to affect your brain? Of course it is. And then she got the depression on top of that. So let's reboot your mitochondria, bring that back so we can reboot not just your brain, but your entire body. I hope that makes sense. Now, let me wrap all of this up. So, we regrow your mitochondria. You've been losing it all your life. We're going to put it back. That's going to let your body do things that it is struggling to do right now. You're going to be more effective at every level, mentally, physically, and emotionally, like we're talking about today. Okay? Now, we had to develop special technology to do this. Those signals your body sends, they got too weak. Okay. Dr. Elliott identified substitutes of them in nature, put them in our formulation, but that wasn't enough either. Because even though they can regrow your mitochondria immeasurably, it's not enough to do what you've been hearing on this call today. So he had to go and create this new technology. It's called XDS in all our products. It reorganizes the molecules of all those ingredients you see on our ingredient list so that they don't just get in your bloodstream. Other folks can do that. It's got to get all the way in your mitochondria. How do you know? Because you see things like this happening, right? And it affects everything. We talked about your brain, but the eyes grow out of the brain. So her eyes were improved. She can see crystal clear. You heard her say that gut got better, right? And she's happier. How you do all of them with one thing? We grow that mitochondria. But there's not many places you can find that. Maybe like one, this one. Okay? All right. So I want you to know that everything we're talking about also pertains to pets. And we look forward to our partner from Ireland, Mick McQuillan. I don't see Mick. Is Mick with us today, Dale?
Nick has not been able to join us. There's trouble with the connections to Ireland.
So what's happening here is that 75% of the homes in America, I'm sure it's like that in other countries as well, have a dog or a cat, and half of them consider that pet to be a family member. So pets are very, very important to us. But we've created a special version of Restore for pets called Petlife, okay? It's just a godsend for folks with pets that are getting older, or pets that you want to keep young longer, right? To get some of the same conditions. Novelette's cat got dementia, got lost, couldn't find his way home, and then got blind, okay? Couldn't see, splashing water all over the place trying to find the bowl, all right? She used this technology, and it really helped extend that pet's healthy life, all right? So if you've got a pet that you love and you care about, by all means, give this Petlife a try. I think you'll appreciate that you did. Okay, so with that, Elbow Neighbor the commercial.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com, MoreMito.com, then / and type in your username. You're going to be at your website now. You know it's your site because your name is at the top of the page. So is your phone number, so is your email, even your WhatsApp number if you put that up there. And that's where you send people to learn more after you've initially told them what you've experienced, what you know, what you've learned. You send them to your website. They can read about the product. They can look at the ingredients. The ingredients of every product is listed. They can read about XDS technology. They can listen to a selection of the testimonials. But most important, they can purchase from you. They can't buy from the company. They have to purchase from you. But the next most important
link's in the description, guys.
Join you. Joining gives them access to a far greater library of testimonials and allows them to start participating in the compensation plan. Listen, we've built a one-of-a-kind product line. You know that now. There's nothing else like MoreMito. Nothing competes. Nothing is like these products. We created the company that you need to support them. There's no cost or fee to join MoreMito. We don't charge you to tell people about how great these products are. There's no monthly fee to be here. The website I just described, those are free. And we don't even require people to be on auto ship to participate in the compensation plan. And you're going to love our compensation plan. We don't pay once a month, once a week, or once a day. We pay every single time there's a purchase. Once you're a verified member, your compensation is in your back office. How do you get verified? We check your email. We check your phone number to confirm you're legit and not some shyster from France. We've had some shysting from France take place, from the Philippines. It's astounding. But they can't break our code because we protect you. So listen, you become a verified member. If you've joined as a referral, then you've instantly got Mito Cash. That's internal money. It's like Kohl's bucks. You use it to buy product, to pay for your shipping, even to send to other people, buy their product. It's great for people outside the U.S. because you don't have to worry about the conversion rate on their currency versus ours. They're using U.S. internal money to buy and ship their products. Or you can upgrade. Upgrading's free. Again, no charge to upgrade to a paid rep. Now you're getting regular cash. Use the special ACH program we've got through Stripe that is very secure, allows you to send money virtually to any country's bank and get it into your bank account, send it to PayPal, put it on your, spend it within minutes of a purchase. You've never seen anything the way we do things. We've got a phenomenal support team. They work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. They're taking calls right now. You got a question about putting people in. You've got a question about compensation, about the products. Anything we can do to help you, that's why they're there. The phone number's at the bottom of your website, bottom right-hand side, 509-593-3300. No, I won't repeat it. That's why you've got a website. Go look at it. You need help, call us. The whole
509-593-3300.
Get this message out, and that is the most important thing. Look, if you're going to sit down and create a phone, you'd create the iPhone. If you were going to sit down and create an incredible product that changes lives, You create the MoreMito line. Well, we did it. You create a company like this to support it. We don't charge. We don't nickel and dime people. We don't take advantage. We're just here to support the message and the shipping. So we've done everything we can do. Now it's up to you. You've got the knowledge. You've got the secret, if you will. You know about this. Go share the message. Change people's physical lives. We'll change your financial life. Let's get going. Roger, if I left anything out,
So
let me know. I'm going to turn it back to you.
All right, Dale. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to hear from Dr. George.
So if you want to go ahead and create your free customer website, the link is below. And go ahead and create that free customer website that you can get your products.
We're going to bring her on in a minute to talk about that. And of course, how you regrow your mitochondria. But to Dale's point, let me just say this. There's two opportunities here. The first one is give the technology a try. Put it together with your DNA and see what your body can come up with. Maybe you've got a particular health concern, or maybe you just want to be the healthiest person you can possibly be. Either way, we are confident that more mitochondria is going to have a major impact on that. All right?
I challenge you to try it.
People need to hear what you've been hearing today. You get educated every week, all right? You get a chance to use this technology, understand all the things it does. And we need to get this message out to more people. So we've created a risk-free opportunity. It costs nothing to get involved. Stay involved with us. You know how we are. We keep health on 100, hype on 0. So if any of that resonates with you, by all means, affiliate with us and let's see what we can do. Okay. We have these calls. We go more into the business. And by the way, that recording is in your back office. Not in the regular back office. It's under Share MoreMito Info. It's a new category. Check it out. It's all the way to the right if you're on your computer, at the bottom if you're looking at it on your phone. And you can hear that Zoom call we did. Reggie was asking me about that. It's up there now, and you can check it out. We talked about compensation.
It was awesome, guys.
We
also have it on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. If you go on that playlist, it's under conference calls.
Pay for your own product, that's a great thing, but earn more so you can help other people do those kinds of things in life you want to do while helping us get this message out to more people. Okay? All right. So with that, let's see if we can hear from Dr. Joy Scott. She's going to talk about, we got to talk about food if we're going to talk about the brain, right? So here we go. Dr. Joy, you with me?
This is considered a food, guys. It's not medication.
I am. And so talking about food and talking about the brain, you've got to know what those foods are. If you want your brain to operate at optimum until you've had the best life and live that best life ever, right? And so a few weeks ago, we talked about oatmeal. Oatmeal as a bowl. We made an oatmeal and posted a recipe about a smoothie. We put in that, and you can put in those recipes, all that brain food. And it's got all these 44 ingredients that you could put in there that's doing all the work for you. So I just want you to know that as a nutritionist, I've got books and books and books. And so, but Roger Hill wanted you to have your own library. He gathered up all this information on how to feed that brain of yours. The brain is just a huge nerve. So when you talk about nerve, you talk about brain, you talk about brain, you talk about your nerves. And so now Roger wanted you to have that whole library, okay? And so he did put it in your back office there on all these supplements that are in the whole MoreMito line up. And so now you have it at your fingertips. It's there in Share MoreMito Info. It's just go back and look at it in your file. So you've heard that. You've heard of letting your medicine be your food and your food be your medicine? That's what happened with MoreMito. It's actually got food to match the supplements in the MoreMito formula. But the beautiful thing, it's not just the food. They even put the exponential delivery system. You think about who are some of the smartest people in the world? They were the astronauts. Well, Roger he worked with those too. Okay. And so, what would be one of the foods as an astronaut would you eat? It would definitely be, they carried into outer space, and it's spirulina. We took the oatmeal as a smoothie and added the spirulina into that smoothie recipe. Yes, along with almost everything you put in the bowl. So we want you to get creative and know where you can shop for these clean foods. And the things that you're putting in there is strictly brain food. You know, all of this brain issues that children have, I have seen it happen year after year. Progress happens quickly. Yes, with the flaxseed, the omega-3, the hemp seeds, these all went into the oatmeal smoothie. The pomegranate arrows, we had raw honey, the oats, the cinnamon, the vanilla, even put beets for the nitric oxide. And so you put all of these in the blender, you could put them in the bowl, and guess what? You can see results. It is absolutely amazing. And you can also make a veggie bowl. Yeah, you could put arugula, spinach. Spinach is one of the highest ones that brings extra oxygen even to the brain. Put you 2 milliliters of your Restore right on your salad. Yes. And then you can start to see it. You're putting it into the body. You're taking it. You're letting food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. And now you can see such a wonderful, fast difference in your health, growing your mitochondria, restoring. And so we are detoxing with these recipes. You have to detox. We're feeding the body with these recipes, and we are restoring our mitochondria level. When you have you see a weakness in your functions, like your brain functions, your nerve functions, then you know you had better go to the kitchen and increase your daily dosages of your MoreMito Restore. And the beautiful thing is you've got a detox. And what are we using for that? That's to rejuvenate. And the brain is fed directly from that Renew. And you're going to put all of those things. When you look at the formulas, they've got CoQ10. Yeah, where is that? It's in all of these supplements. They've got Renew oil to help you detox your colon. And they've got MSM for inflammation in your joints, in your muscles. So we want to know, you could pile onions and things on your salad, but you also have it right there in your Restore, Rejuvenate, Renew. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Joy. Where she was referencing under Share MoreMito Info, it's a new category. Well, the category says MoreMito Story. But underneath that, there's a subcategory, MoreMito Technology Products and Ingredients. And in there, you'll find UltraMito ingredients, benefits, and effects. And it gets all the ingredients that are there to regrow mitochondria, maintain them, all your endogenous antioxidants, the ones your body makes, stem cells, telomeres, the whole thing is there. And it all does actually support your brain. So check that out. You'll appreciate it. And then right next to that is a new category where I'm putting in these calls. We have a call there for Monday night. It's there already. So check it out. I was playing it. Make sure it played just as Dale was talking. So it's all there for you. Check it out. You'll be smarter if you do. Okay?
But you have to create your free customer website to check it out. So go get the link below, create your free customer website.
Yes, we do.
Question and
or if you're watching later and somebody referred you, get back with the person that referred you.
Others are joining. And this call recording, including the Q&A we're about to go into, will be available about 15 minutes or so after this call ends. So if you can't stay for all of it, you'll be able to certainly check it out later by logging into your back office. The first thing you see is the announcement section, and there's a link there that says, click here to listen to previous calls. and today's call, along with hundreds of others, will be posted there. Okay. So hopefully you can hang with us, but if not, again, check it out later. Some people think this is the best part of the call, Dale. You know, when we get
That's right.
All
That's right.
So,
It's a great part
why don't
because
we
you
start
learn a
with,
lot from what people have and
Madison
how
Harris
using the products
in
helped
Atlanta,
them.
caller ID says.
All right, Madison, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hello. I just had a comment to make. I put some of that rejuvenator on two of my granddaughters. They came here the other night with hurt ankles and legs. One time. They haven't had the pain again.
Y'all hear that?
I also got a elderly aunt, and I've been using it on her. She's starting to talk to us again, you know, and this haven't happened in a long time. And she's getting on around, and I just wanted to say it's working. And I can't wait to share my success story with what's going on with me later on that I already told y'all about, but I'm still working on that.
All right. So how long had the person not been talking that you used
She had been making good conversation with us in over, she's 96 and maybe like 3 years.
96 years old, guys.
So she hadn't been communicating well for 2 or 3 years. How long after you applied it did she begin communicating again?
It was 3 days.
3 days.
And I'm still doing it. This will be the 4th day.
3 days, guys.
That's a brain getting rebooted right there.
Yes. All right, thank you guys so much.
Hey, great having you on.
Okay.
Okay. How about Shirley and Willie Wright?
All right.
Louisiana.
Shirley and Willie, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Good morning, Dale and Mr. Hill. This question is for Dr. George. Dr. George, you was telling me about a product called FOI, and I was just wondering, what's the milligrams used, and can I find it on Amazon, or do I have to get it somewhere else?
Okay, she'll call you back about that. Okay?
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and you better go into more detail.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a screenshot.
Okay. Thank you.
So apparently
Have a
she was
blessed
on the
day.
nutritional call. We
All
have a
right.
nutritional
Okay.
call that you pay for.
Thank you.
Okay.
And it's not
We
that
got a
much
wireless
that
call
happens
out in
before
New
we
York.
actually do
Number
the
is
corporate call.
2166.
So you can ask questions to the doctors at that time. So if you want more info on that, send me a message and I'll make sure you get the information on how you can get into the nutritional calls. However, you have to have create your free customer website to be able to attend those nutritional calls.
Let's interrupt this part of the broadcast so we can hear from Mick out of Ireland. We'll come back to the hand.
All right, Mick, I've unmuted you. Good to have you, buddy.
Did somebody's clocks go forward or back?
Yeah.
Apologies. I just hopped on the call now, obviously, because it's my normal time. But then I realised that the clocks, I think, had gone forward for you guys, haven't they, last week? So apologies, I missed the call, but unintentional. But listen, great. Roger, what was today's topic about, if I could ask?
We're talking about reboot your brain and affect memory loss, neurological conditions, and that kind of thing.
Amazing. And I'm so looking forward to seeing the recording, which I know is going to be up a little bit later on, because I'll have to have a listen to it, because I just really do enjoy listening to the testimonials of people and the benefits that they have, and then relating them to myself and how, how I use the products and the difference that they've made for me. Like I do love the brain and body stuff. When I take the brain and body and I do it deliberately and I'm intentional about doing it, I find my concentration levels go through the roof, especially if I take them in the morning. By 3 o'clock, I'm still kind of just putting along really, really nicely. I love the products, I really do. And they're fantastic. But of course, you all know my reasons for being involved with MoreMito, and it's because of my pets. My dog Coco. Obviously when, we were looking for something because Coco could barely get up the stairs. She'd be dragging herself up with her front legs, and we were fortunate enough to come across this great company, great organization. We got the products, we gave it to our dog at 10 o'clock one Sunday morning, and we were skeptical. We didn't know what was going to happen. But at 5 o'clock that night, she ran up the stairs, and Kate and I didn't believe it. We didn't believe what we were seeing, but it just kept getting better and better and better. And, you know, it's the reason why we love the products, you know, seeing what the difference that they make for my pets. You know, I tried them myself. I used them on my own knees. And it just, you know, it meant that I didn't have to sit down to put my jeans on anymore. Got my toenails was a bit easier. All of the benefits that go with it. I even rub it on my head, and my hair is growing like wild. You know, Roger, you know, the difference that you guys are making, you know, for people and pets is just incredible. You know, and, you know,
Hairstylist, you need to contact me or somebody that, whoever referred you, so you can see how this really helps with people's hair growing. Same thing, barbers.
Amazing. Keep doing what you're doing, because you really are making a difference, you know, for people, for their pets, and, you know, for their friends, their family, and their communities. You know, incredible stuff. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Dale.
All right, thank you, Nick. Nick and Kate doing a great job with us out of Ireland. And you know, shout out to all the international callers. We have more international callers with us on Saturday because of the difference in the time zones and that kind of thing. So we really appreciate you joining us from, again, wherever in the world you happen to be. All right. How about Sabrina? Maybe Sabrina Williams in Longview, Texas.
Yeah, Sabrina.
She's connected to me.
I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Come on, Sabrina.
Sabrina, number ends in 1163. Are you there?
Okay.
Well, we'll come back to you.
Come back to them. That gives us a chance to hear from Esmeralda.
They were calling her.
All right, Esmeralda, I have unmuted you. Go ahead. Esmeralda.
Hello, my MoreMito family. How are you guys? Blessings.
Hey.
Okay. Hi there. All right. So first things first, the Save Your Balls video for Dr. Dan. He didn't get it. He has a new email address. He said to mention that to you. Secondly, please, anyone that can spare, transfer over $1, $5. Hope for Patty. She's not in hospice, but they want to put her in hospice. She's dying from Huntington's disease. I'm trying to keep her going. So any little bit of help, I would really appreciate it. I do see the people that already have helped. And Roger, you for matching. Thank you so much. Today, basically, I just want to say that not too long ago, I had a gentleman that called me. Debilitating tooth pain. I think it was a wisdom tooth. Stefan, you spoke with him, Roger. He's still, he's going to buy. He hasn't. I gave him enough to hold him off. Imagine having a tooth pain. Those of you that know how bad a tooth pain is, within 2 minutes, he had almost no pain. I saw him yesterday at some of the events today. And he says every once in a while it comes on and you know, back and on and whatever, but it's really nothing to what it was. I said, well, do you need a little bit more of the sample? He's saying, no, I'm good. So I'm telling you, imagine that kind of pain being taken away within 2 minutes. That's how amazing. This is literally a gift from the good Lord.
Hey,
and remember,
I guess you had your hand raised. They just tried to call
but you have to understand that the body heals is one. Central nervous system, lymphatic system. Any information, trust me, you gotta research because the system is just completely broken. Yesterday I met someone that has a child with autism. I already know what he needs to do. I asked him to be in the call. I don't know if he's going to be on the call, but the whole call has been about that. And so was Dr. Dance and Dr. Joyce. So thank you so very much. I'll see if I can forward that on to him. And people, you have to get this information out there. People need this. The whole world needs this. And remember, it's a parasite cleanse, a heavy metal cleanse. We don't emphasize, I think, enough on how much. It has to be daily. The body needs it daily. Grounding, breath work. And we can heal. We can heal. The body's designed to self-heal. So all I want to say is thank you. I feel so honored that God chose us to have this information, chose you guys to deliver it, and just trust in the good Lord. He connects with purpose. And there's so many things coming. Just thank you so much, both of you. Bless you. And that's it. Thank you again.
All right. So let me point out that Hope, H-O-P-E, the number 4, P-A-T-T-I. And when you go in your back office, there's a section that says, under compensation, says transfer MoreMito cash. It asks you to put in that name, H-O-P-E, number 4, Patty. It'll search it up. It'll confirm that. Her name is Patty Smith that Esmeralda is advocating for. And you can transfer her MoreMito cash. Your commissions will convert to MoreMito cash. Hit that button that says send that MoreMito cash, like I'm doing right now. And you will have made that contribution. You'll get this appreciation on a nice message that says amount transferred successfully. So that's how you do it. HOPE, the number 4. If you then PATTI, you don't even have to put it all in. You'll see hopefully Patty come up again. Her name is Patty Smith. We're going to help that young lady out. So thank you for your advocacy, Esmeralda. We really appreciate it.
Love you guys. Thank you. God bless.
All right.
Thank you as well.
Okay. Then see if Sabrina is available now. And then let's go with Dan.
All right.
I just sent
Sabrina Williams, Sabrin Williams, number ending in 1163. Go ahead.
You see you trying. Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead.
There you are.
Okay, so I had raised my hand this morning because I was trying to get on the Dr. Dan show. So I no longer had, well, while I'm on here. So my son's knee, it comes out of the socket. And I'm trying to see if I rub the cream on there with the, is it your Rejuvenate? It is the Rejuvenate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would that help? Because I know it helps with bones and joints, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so you wanna thoroughly put it on there multiple times a day, and you want to mix some Restore if you can. Put some Restore, maybe a teaspoon or more. That'll make it even better. And but you need to put it on several times a day. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All righty, great to have you on.
Great. Strengthen those tendons.
Yeah. So we'll save Dan for a minute. Keon Ross, this is Jacinta Ross's, Pastor Ross's son.
All right, Keon, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, how are you? Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, we hear you great.
All right, thank you. So basically, I just want to say, I think a couple months ago, I had a toothache, and I was actually using the Rejuvenate Gel on my teeth, and let me tell you, the pain was excruciating, but that gel helped so much up until I was able to get my tooth removed, and my teeth are very healthy right now, right? And I just want to say thank you to you all. Not only that, but I want to get a little bit more deeper with the whole selling of this product and letting people know, so I'm figuring, maybe I'll just, I wish I would have took videos of that. I'm so mad I didn't, but I figure I might just, write something about it and, start letting people know, and even see if I can hold little meetings with, because I have, the area I live in, there's a lot of senior citizens over here. A lot of them, have pains and aches and everything. So I want to see if I can be able to find a way that I can set up a small little meeting and speak to them about this product, so if anything, does anyone have any ideas that they can give to me? I'm all ears.
All right. Yeah, check with your upline. Greg O'Loughlin, that whole group, they got stuff going on for you, Keon. Okay? All right. Thank you.
So guys,
Great to have you with us.
let me just share this real
All
quick.
right.
I was going on the computer to check something in my back office, right? Well, actually, I went on there because they were saying Sabrina, and so I went on there to get her number to call her because it's not on my iPhone. I normally call her from my Android, right? So when I went in there, I noticed something was different. So I checked it. And again, like they say, whenever you order, you don't get paid once a day. It's whenever somebody orders, right? I've already had 2 for today. Isn't that awesome? It's just automatic, right? Love it, love it, love it. So again, you need to create your free customer website. If you were referred by somebody else, get back with that person that referred you so that you can actually get started becoming a referring customer.
Scalp and then over her body, and this thing came to me. When you rub it into the scalp, it could actually go down, each hair follicle could take it down, and I don't know. It's just like so great to hear how the MoreMito can come into the body in multiple ways. I got a results yesterday. I have 3 aneurysms. One is not let's say bad, or two are more concerning, or greater than the other one. So I've had this for 6 years, and so I've been like, you know, you get a test and you go, you're praying and you're like, you know, hoping. And I've been taking the MoreMito. So I've been taking the MoreMito for 4 months and 3 weeks. So I got my test results back, and the 2 aneurysms that were the greater of the 2, each one has dropped a little bit. Now, aneurysms, according to the medical establishment, you know, do not shrink. And each time that they're looked at, it can be looked at differently by who's ever reading it. So I don't have to make any claims, but I want to tell you, when I got those results and looked at them and go, oh boy, I was thankful, really thankful that what's happening. And I haven't walked for 2 years because of my knees, like we'll say, wearing out. Well, today my wife and I are going to walk. But 4 days ago, I walked for the first time in a couple of years a long distance. I mean, I probably walked over a mile. And it was like, okay, my knees weren't exactly, they're not like jumping up and down for joy, but they're not loaded with pain like they were. So, and then 2 days ago, my wife and I walked, and it was like, God, something's going on here. So those are just a couple of things, and it's like just a couple, like one of them spectacular, and anything that happens to you for your health is wonderful. And I talked to my wife today. You know, for a long time, she'd been a lot, maybe not a lot, but at times she says, oh, I forgot this, oh, I forgot, oh, I forgot. And I reminded her today, I said, you know, I've been noticing you're not saying you forgot. And she said, yeah, I know. And we were like, you know, looking at each other, and it's like little smiles. Something wonderful is happening, and I am glad that I am that I was introduced to this wonderful, wonderful product, and just the goodness of the team is stellar. I mean, there's Esmeralda just like pouring it out. And, thank you, Sonia, again. Oh, that was a replay, but Sonia's mother, and it's like she got it on Wednesday, and by Sunday she was doing her church service. It's like
right, preaching again, like her old self. Awesome.
This MoreMito is it's powerful, even if it takes, you know, time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not everybody may have an instant response, but because everybody's body is different. But you just need to get it in you and know it's working. Even if you don't, it's working. Okay. Your mitochondria didn't get that overnight. So sometimes it may take a little bit, but trust it's working.
That's right.
That's why we have so many great results.
Dr. Dan had another comment. Dr. Dan, you have another comment, or your just hand is up from before?
Oh, I didn't realize my hand was up. I always have something to say. But anyway, remember, folks, three things I want to say right now, especially if you're coming in late. Seed oil is as bad for you as sugar, and they call Alzheimer's the third form of diabetes. So eating sugar and starch is going to set you up for it, but also these hydrogenated seed oils, soy, corn, safflower, sunflower, canola oil to a lesser degree, cottonseed oil. All these are highly inflammatory to the brain and to your heart and set you up for diseases. So you got to learn to avoid those. You got to exercise, but don't just go through the motions. Challenge yourself. Like I said earlier, if you just new to walking, try to walk a half block fast, then ease up to the next half, and then try to speed it up. So you want to get the heart where it's pumping hard and you're breathing a little bit short of breath. Whether you're on a bicycle or whether you're doing that or swimming, which is actually the best for long-term longevity. But whatever you're doing for exercise, elliptical, You want to challenge it. Don't just get placid or just get in a certain level. So that's the main thing. Don't forget sleep. You got to do the find what will really give you a good night's sleep, and turn off that TV early. Get away from the computer, so your brain will start shutting down. Okay, go back to you, Roger.
All right, Dr. Dan. Okay, I should have let you go last. Edward Manning, brief comment from you, please.
He's long-winded, y'all.
It's amazing these products, what they've done for my friends, but I didn't expect them to be of any value to me. The only reason I said to start, I guess I got to get them because 3 out of 4 of my friends on the second call that I never told them anything about this got on, and afterwards I called them back. What did you think of this? I just asked them to get on. It was 10 minutes before the call. And 3 out of 4 of them said, how do I get that stuff? I think I'm having low connectivity, am I?
You have a good connectivity, but here's what I'd like you to do. Go back to the neck. Go back to the neck.
Oh my God.
That's what got you to get to those people. What happened with your neck?
That and the feeling that I got inside me from this stuff. But, okay, my neck. So Dale says, anybody who gets the product today, I'll overnight it to them this time. And it come on Sunday. I didn't pick it up till Tuesday. I didn't think much of it. And I pick it up and I open up the jar. It smelled good. I put a little dab on a bruise on my forehead.
You have to get in on the deals when they throw it out.
Later on in the day, I went to sleep at 6 o'clock and Ronald woke me up at 7 o'clock. I stumble over behind my computer and realize I can't turn my neck either way without it hurting. And I reach behind and I feel it with my thumb. It's swollen from my shoulder to my skull like a rock. And I know I can never fix that without a half hour, an hour of pressing on it with my thumb to loosen it. I already know this for years, okay? I do acupuncture. That's the one muscle. I could never do that on myself, okay? Here's the deal. I opened up that cap because I remembered somebody said on that call that it does pain. And I opened it up and the white cream was dripping off the cap and I swiped it with 2 fingers. I put it on from my shoulder right up to my hairline and it was cold and wet. And the second I put it on, Roger, it stopped. It unlocked the muscle. It was gone. I said, what the freak is this? And I couldn't believe it. That was just the beginning. And when I drank that oil, the Restore 3.0, it was like calming. And it opened up my brain where I can index my own files. I have amazing amounts of different things because of what I do. So I have a lot of different things in drawers, boxes, compartment, and I could visualize anything I wanted to find. Wait a couple of seconds, because of this stuff, I was able to find everything because I could see it before I went to look for it. I didn't have to go looking everywhere. Amazing. And then we tried it on some of my friends. I told them about it. I told Ed McCabe about this. And a week later, his wife says, you better tell him to stop. He's elaborating that it's working on this and that. So I called him up in the next room since they don't like to talk face to face so much. And I said, what's up? And he says to me, this is working on everything. I said, you're kidding me. What do you mean?
Right.
It's telling me, oh my God, that was in the beginning 3.5 years ago. I was amazed.
And you're still here and you still got that enthusiasm.
It's the most amazing, this is the most amazing product of its kind I have ever found. And I use it to stop stage 4 cancer. They send him home on home.
All right.
office.
Wow.
You use regrowing mitochondria to stop stage 4 mitochondria.
Yeah.
Start stage 4 cancer.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Edward. Don't forget what we do now. We do the mitochondria and let the mitochondria handle all these diseases.
That's
all
right. That's right.
Okay.
That's why he had to correct him.
Elbow, Nate, you get the last word. We're leaving early today because we got a lot to do.
We do have a lot to do, and everybody, you're the reason we've got a lot to do. Get those orders in. We're getting them out. If you've got a delay in shipping, it's typically the shipping company. They've got troubles all over the globe here, weather, and yet it's still getting delivered very quickly to you. Get the orders in. Let's get them going to you. One quick takeaway from today, you heard so many things. The incredible part of this product is, as we just said, the multiple things it does. It doesn't just fix one thing. It fixes multiple things because it's the mitochondria being replaced and your body working like it's supposed to. Final takeaway, you heard how important sleep is. Sleep's critical. Everybody on this call needs a minimum of 8 hours of beauty sleep every night. 9 hours if you're ugly. Dr. Dan, office staff has requested you increase yours to 11 to 12 hours. Have mercy on us. Back to you, Raj.
Wow.
All right. Shout out to all of you
9 hours if
family
you're
members
ugly.
on here. I see the Slade family. I see the Spences, and I see all you other families whose names I don't know. So I really appreciate it. Always does my heart good to see my brother on here from Durham, North Carolina. Please don't forget your families and don't leave out your friends. We'll be back on Monday to continue this topic. Boy, we got more revelations for you regarding brain health and rebooting your brain, rebooting your life. Okay?
The host has ended this call.
Guys, was that not awesome? Did y'all not learn a lot? I learned a lot. This is how I have learned a whole lot about several different issues. You know, high blood pressure. I've never had high blood pressure. So, you know, it runs in my family though. But this is how I learned a lot of health knowledge about it. Is by getting on the calls and get on the Health Monday calls, right? Health Knowledge Monday, right? You probably heard me, you know, put a message out talking about Health Knowledge Monday. I put out one today saying Health Knowledge Saturday, right? That's when we do our corporate conference calls. So if you got pen and paper, you can write this down. Every Monday, every Saturday, Stephanie Alford invites you, or if somebody else referred you, they're inviting you to our corporate conference calls. That call-in number is 608-906-0003. Again, 608-906-0003. If you want to join it live, I do it live on Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. That's the main one. All I do is talk about the MoreMito products, right? We're teaching you how to build your mitochondria up. So I have two shows, but the one that I do this only is on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. If you have not gone to YouTube and go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie and subscribe, please go there, subscribe, like, and share it, okay? I also do it on Success on Stephanie sometimes. I do not always do it on Success on Stephanie because my Success on Stephanie show is actually geared towards, it is, you know, about helping you with your health, but I do some of everything on there. So I do a lot of positive things. So if you need something positive, you want to go over there and go on that playlist. But again, the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, you go on our playlist, you're going to hear, you'll see a lot of different ailments on there because what people are accustomed to, they're accustomed to listen about ailments, okay? Even though we teach you how to build your mitochondria up, and when you build your mitochondria up, which is the powerhouse of your cells, then your body is already designed to fix itself, right? God designed our bodies to fix itself from anything. So it don't make a difference what ailment, what condition you have, right? But because people are so traditional, they want to say, oh, well, does it help with this? Does it help with my knee? Does it help with cancer? Does it help? It helps with everything because your body knows how to fix itself from everything, right? All you have to do is build your mitochondria up, okay? So anyway, again, if somebody referred you, you want to get back with the person that referred you. If not, I put the links in low and I will give it out verbally. The link you will go to create your free customer page, your free customer website. You need your free customer website because you have to be in the company to order products and somebody has to refer you. So Stephanie Alford would love to refer you. I love my customers. The website that you'll go to is https:// MoreMito, MoreMito.com /joining, JOINING /S Alford, SALFORD, which is my username, /2. So if you're already a customer of MoreMito, then if you want to send that website, because it takes you straight to the referring customer page, right? So that way you come in straight as a referring customer so you can get the discounts and everything. Then once you do that, if you want to know how to order, then you can go on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie and go under tools, or you can go under training. And there's videos there to show you how to order. If you need help with ordering, then you can send me a message. I'm gonna give my other number out because I'm having problems with AT&T right now, major problems with AT&T. That number is 817-382-2124. I'd be happy to assist you, but you need to text me first. So because that way you don't mess up my schedule, and that way I can set a time to help you, that works for you and myself. Sometimes I may be available and I can say, well, hey, I can call you right now, right? But if you'll do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. And because we want to help everybody that we can get as healthy as possible. It doesn't make a difference where you are. As y'all heard people all over. You heard Mick and I, we have people all over. I was amazed the first time I found out when I looked at my stats, because for a long time I didn't even look at my stats. When after COVID hit and I moved my TV shows from the TV station to YouTube, YouTube was taking me something to get used to, right? So they would send these things about stats, and I never had looked at it, right? So when I actually looked at it and I saw where, I had more people than, I had people that were watching from in these other countries and everything, and I had no idea, right? And then as it continued to grow and I saw how many more people, were watching from, other places, I was just like, wow, but again, my goal has always been to help as many people as possible get their mitochondria healthy, so their body can do what? It can fix itself from anything that you have going on with your mitochondria being built up, right? So again, if somebody referred you, get back with that person. If not, you owe it to yourself, because every human, every animal has mitochondria. You may be one of those, have a little brain fog, right? So little memory loss. You want to get the products. The brain and body bundle is what we suggest that you get, right? Because you're getting the Renew Brain and Body with your capsules. You take 2 a day. This is a 30-day supply. If you decide that you want to take it more than once, as you hear us talking, and some people take more than once. If you want even more results than you're getting, you can take it more than once. This is considered a food, not a medication. So it is safe. You can take as much as you want. You heard the person talking about their salad. And what did she say she put on her salad for dressing? The Restore Oil, because it's oil. So anyway, but you get the Renew Body and Mind capsules. You take 2 a day. That's the regular dosage, right? You get the Restore Oil, and you get the Rejuvenate Gel. The Restore Oil, you take 4 milliliters. Okay, so you'll get a dropper, and the dropper has lines on here. It's the top line. If you can see, it's the top line that says 1 milliliter. I'm streaming on multiple things, so I want you to see that. So it's the top line. Maybe I should have done it like this. That top line is 1 milliliter. So if you do 4 of those, that's 1 dosage. Or if you do a teaspoon, almost full, it's 1 dose of the Restore Oil. Okay. Now, with that being said, y'all also heard us saying, now Rejuvenate Gel, you can use as much as you want. Okay. You definitely, if you have some major things going on, you want to, use it as many times a day as you think about it, right? If you just want, let me give you a disclaimer, as Mr. Hill says, the CEO that you heard talking. When you take our products, our disclaimer is, if, more than likely you're going to have better looking skin and stuff. So if you don't want better looking skin, then this might not be for you, right? That's a joke, right? But I mean, that's just one of the things that it does, right? But yeah. So you also heard them talking about mixing the Restore Oil in the Rejuvenate Gel. Well, I just explained what 1 dose was of the Restore Oil. So you can take 1 dose and put it in the Restore Oil, and then you'll shake it up and mix it all up. So to turn from white to like a burnt orange color, because the Restore Oil is kind of like a burnt orange. And so that just makes it even more potent. This is great just by itself. You heard somebody talking about eyes. Well, let me tell you one of my experience with my eyes. I have stigmatism, right? Well, I used to have to wear my glasses when I drive, right? I had to wear these. I had a restriction on my driver's license saying I had to wear my glasses. Well, guess what? My restriction was taken off when I went to renew my driver's license. One year when I went, the lady was very nice. We were just chit-chatting and everything. And she's like, well, it doesn't look like you've ever had a second test done, right? Okay, I didn't know you could even do more tests, right? So she's like, well, you want to do a test? I was like, well, sure. It won't hurt. So I did it. She said, oh, you see just fine. Which I noticed a change in, in my vision because I was at Walmart, and you know how you have to look, because I'm a little short, right? I wasn't blessed with long legs, okay? But I am very blessed. And so, you know, when you have your glasses on, when you look up, right? So you look up. So if I'm looking up, I'm looking over my glasses, right? So I noticed that I could see things clear. I was used to put my glasses on the nightstand when I get ready to go to sleep. When I wake up, put them back on, right? So I was so used to that, you know, I normally have my glasses on all the time. Had not paid attention that there was a little difference in my sight. But I noticed that in Walmart. I was like, dang, I see clear. Then I took them off. I was like, wait a minute, I'm really seeing everything else clear, you know? So, and when I went to my eye doctor, my optometrist, and I said, oh yeah, my eyesight's got better. You know what she told me? She said, your eyesight is actually worse. And I was like, telling me the truth would keep me as a customer, as opposed to, I can tell my eyesight was better. And like I said, you know, even when I did the test, I was able to read, you know, several of the lines that I had not been able to read before. So anyway, guys, so it really helped me with my eyesight. And so, and that was at the time before, you know, somebody had tried mixing the Restore Oil in the Rejuvenate Gel. The company didn't come up with that, mixing the Restore Oil in the Rejuvenate Gel. A customer tried it and had a quicker response. So when they shared their testimony, just like y'all heard today, y'all heard people sharing their testimonials, right? So when they shared their testimony that they put some of the Restore Oil in the Rejuvenate Gel and the response was quicker, several of us began to try it, right? So now that's why we talk about doing it now, because we do it all the time now, right? So in the beginning, I had just used it when it was regular, and that my results came, you know, just from it being regular. So I said that to share with you that you get great results just with it, just, you know, being regular. But now we put the Restore Oil in there. So now those 44 ingredients from the Restore Oil is now added into here. So you get even better results, right? So it's just awesome. We have an awesome company. We have, you know, our CEO, Mr. Roger Hill, is awesome. Our scientist, Dr. Beverly Elliott, is awesome. And they are the reason that our lives are changing. I used to be on tons of medications, y'all. These are just some of the medications that I was on. Okay. Y'all see that? That's just some of the medications that I was on. Doctors had me on 18 to 20 different medications, right? I lived my life. Well, they told me I was going to live my life, the rest of my life, in pain. Do I live like I'm in pain? No, I am not. Okay. So sometimes you have to take the initiative and do the research and find out the information that you need so that you can get what you need, right? So once I did the research, because when I shared with me and this took my migraines away, man, migraines were in my life for years. When this took my migraines away, then the next thing you know, it was taking my allergies away, etc. I was just like, wow, you know, I called it my little miracle cream, right? And this was before we even had Restore Oil. You know, we had Rejuvenate Gel, then we had Mind and Perform. So, but so basically, Renew Body and Mind is a different version of Mind and Perform, because Mr. Hill wanted it, because the capsules were bigger, and it was, you know, so that was two different. Mind was a capsule and Perform was a capsule, and he wanted Dr. Bevan Elliott to combine it, so it made the capsule smaller, because, you know, some people's like, oh, the capsule's big, you know, so, you know, they try to please, right? So Dr. Elliott, you know, worked on it for a while and was able to condense it down and make the product even better. So then it's called Renew Body and Mind, right? So when y'all try it, you know, sometimes you may try when you first get on it. Now, I didn't have this issue, but some people had it, like Mr. Hill had it. The regular dose is 2 capsules, right? But if you start taking it and it feels like it's a little too powerful, then start taking 1, and then, you know, a few days later you can add 2 so it can get in your body good, okay? Because some people, it is a little powerful for it, right? But I guess me, because I'm so active, etc., you know, it didn't affect my body in that way. But again, everybody's body is different. So if it's a little powerful, if you're taking 2, the regular dosage, then go back to taking 1, and then, you know, give it a few days to get in your system. Then you can go back up to 2, and it, you know, hopefully it should work fine, right? So again, and that's with any of our products. If anything, if the regular dosage is a little too powerful, then you scale back for a little bit and then go back to the regular dosage. And then if you feel that when you're taking it is is not enough, you're welcome to take, you know, 2 times a day, 3 times a day. If you take it this is once a day, right? for these, you know, for this. But if you decide that you want to take it 2 times a day, then you need to order 2 bundles. 3 times a day, 3 bundles, and so on. Okay. So anyway, I hope that this information has been very powerful for you guys. I hope that all of you all become customers and, you know, take the initiative to get your health stronger by building your mitochondria up. Again, mitochondria, if you lost all your mitochondria right now, you would just drop dead. Okay. That's how serious mitochondria is. So I hope that you guys love your body enough that you'll get your mitochondria built up so that you can increase your mitochondria so your body can fix itself. Y'all have a wonderful day.